You're watching Nurse Richard, the Wax Wizard. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Thank you very much, Mr. Freeman. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and well, I'm going to say muddle up then. And good morning and welcome. It's Nurse Richard, the Wax Wizard. Thanks for joining me. What is that? You may be asking. Now, a lot of you who watch these channels a lot, you'll already know what that is. And I've gone in with the Cawthorn hook there. Now, I've just tried to get the outer part of it there, see if I can get a grip on it there, but it's a bit flexible, this. So couldn't quite get a grip. So what I did, thankfully these hearing aids, it's a hearing aid dome, spoiler alert, and they have these little holes in them which are just perfect for popping a Cawthorn hook into and gently, and I mean very gently, sliding it out. That one definitely deserved a pop. So this chap, his family, is a regular man. I see him every 6 months or so anyway to clear out his ears. Not usually of these. His family called me up the evening before this, and I I opened up early for him because they said he was in a lot of pain because he'd wedged this hearing aid dome in his ear and it had got stuck, and you can see why it was painful. So he's caused a bit of damage there on the right hand side and also at the roof of the ear canal. He's really wedged it in there, and as we've pulled it out, it's unavoidable a lot of the time really. It's just burst a tiny little blood vessel. It didn't bleed any more than that, so absolutely the best thing to do is to leave that alone, because this gentleman was on anticoagulants. Some people call them blood thinners. They don't actually thin your blood, they just interrupt the clotting process. So if you'd have mauled around with something like that, it would bleed and bleed and bleed and bleed and bleed. So best thing to do is to leave that. Speaking of damage to an ear, here's somebody else who's damaged their ear. They've kind of done this not on purpose, but should have known better. This lady came to see me and she said, I've got a lot of pain in my ear. I suspect it's because it's full. And then when I looked inside, I said, nope, that's not the reason why it's painful. Have you poked anything in there by any chance? And she admitted quite freely that, yeah, she uses cotton buds, and you can see what it's done. It caused a nasty bruise on the base of the ear canal there. And so we just peeled away that dry flaky bit. So what she'd done, she'd got the bud in and pushed that. It had lifted it up and pushed it right near to the eardrum. And managed to get that out without too much concern. Don't stick them in your ears, kids. Don't try this at home. It's not what they're for. It may have been when they were first invented, but then they realised that, nope, these don't help. These make things a lot worse. This final one is a lady. She was a lovely lady. I think she was the grand old age of 90-something, maybe in the mid-90s. Actually did see somebody who was 101 yesterday. I did take a video of that as well, so that will be coming up. And you can see this lady, that was full-size tube there, only a small ear, so I could only just fit that in. There's a reason why you'll see a tiny little black area just on there. It's not significant amount of wax at all, but there's a very good reason why I didn't get that. For a start, you may see shaking in this, and that's because this lady has a tremor. And she calls it an essential tremor, although a joke is she said, well, it's not essential to me. And what does that mean? It usually means that they don't really know what causes it. She says, oh, I'm sure just down to old age. Blame everything on getting older, don't they? She was investigated for Parkinson's and other things. Couldn't find an obvious cause. When that's the case, they often just diagnose it as an essential tremor. I don't know why it's called that, because it's certainly not essential to her. It didn't affect her too much. But that was the reason why I didn't go and get that little area there, because A, she's got this tremor. B, she's also on anticoagulants, blood thinning, although it doesn't thin your blood, medication. So if I'd have gone in there with a fine-end tube, which is this little sharp implement, if you can see that, and it's absolutely tiny. You can see the proportions of it when I put it next to my finger there. So you can't even see it, disappears, doesn't it? If I'd have put that in her ear to try and get that little spot, catch the ear canal, and then she'd start bleeding. and you'd be like, why did you go and get that? What was the purpose of that? So absolutely not worth it with anyone on anticoagulants who's got a tremor. Not worth doing anything unnecessary just because it might look good on a video. It's really not what this procedure is about. Very narrow as well, you can see. I gave it a little wriggle there and it made a cough, if you're wondering why it came away pretty quickly. And you can just see now I'm at a different angle now, aren't I, than I was when we first got this from deeper in the ear. So you can appreciate just how small this ear is when you see it from this angle. It's really tiny, quite dry as well. She did suffer with dry skin. But we can see eardrum there, looking not too bad for a 90-odd-year-old eardrum. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. But for now, take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon. Ta-da.